In this section, we'll be covering the seller dashboard. The dashboard itself is very important and vital to your success or failure on eBay itself. Now, this is something that you have to constantly monitor. And as you can see, I have not actually monitored mine. And then one day I take a look and I see my performance is below standard. And that's very, very bad. So I wasn't expecting this to actually happen. I have a lot of transaction going on and of course a lot of sales as well. And I didn't see this actually coming. So here's what actually happened here and what led to this to happen. First off, let me take a look and show you my profile itself. I had 1,233 different transactions and my profile itself is at 99.3% positive, which is pretty good. So if you take a look at this, the most recent ratings, I only had one negative review within 1 year. So you would think that I would not get to go below standard because I kept on getting 5-star reviews and they're all pretty good. Almost all of them are exactly 5 stars. So what actually happened here is very simple. I wasn't really keeping track of something that actually happened a few months ago. So let me show you what happened. There was a few cases that went against me. So a case is when something is not as described or somebody is not happy with the transaction itself. So when that happens, the big mistake that I didn't go in and I resolved the issue. I let either PayPal or eBay resolve the issue for me, which is bad. So if they resolve the issue for me, it actually counts against me. And I had only 3 of those cases within the past few months. So when this actually happened was that my transactions, which is 3 out of 150 transactions, which is almost nothing, it is less than 2% of my transactions that had a defect, which is 3 different bad transactions that went actually against me. Well, somebody was not happy with it, and although it was resolved positively, it still counted against me and it put me in a negative below standard range, which hopefully it's gonna go back up because I haven't had any more of those cases. Let me show you the few cases that I had the issue with. So I had 3 different cases where the item doesn't match the description in your listing. Now what usually happens is when I sell a particular product and I sell it, I make sure to test it that it's a good product and it doesn't have an issue. But sometimes you get people who buy something from you and they're still not happy. Either they want to get a partial refund or they don't like, or they say the item itself is not working as it should, or they don't even know how to use the item itself. It actually happens. You have people who don't know what they're buying. So when you sell a certain amount of products, you will get people who will return their products and they're not happy with it. So my best solution and advice to prevent this from happening in the first place: if you sell an item, people are not happy with it, just refund them the money in partially or even in full, because it's going to keep your account in order. So just make sure to provide a superior customer service even to the people who are totally unhappy, and even if they're 100% wrong, because the customer is always right. And when it comes to eBay itself, they always are going to side with the customer no matter how wrong they actually are. So just make sure the client is always happy with the transaction itself and always try to provide a superior customer service no matter how much they dislike the product itself or whatever issue they have with it, because the customer is always right and you have to do our best to get every single client who buys something from you the best experience that they can have.